So earlier tonight, I was guest hosting on the Sharp Way for Larry Sharp. And during the live stream, we did get some news that Israel had just struck Iran. I was looking for the news live on the program, and at the time, I had found out just as it came out with the New York Times. There was I couldn't find any information. It was so quickly I had been notified that I wasn't able to find any updates about what had been struck. Turns out it was a very targeted strike to go against Iran's lead scientist in developing nuclear weapons, as well as their lead scientist in developing ballistic technology, missiles. Now, as I said on the live stream, one of my most preeminent worries is that they have missiles. The Barack Obama, Joe Biden, their efforts with the Iran nuclear deal allowed Iran to develop the delivery systems for any potential nuclear weapon. And we're now hearing that Israel believes that Iran has enough nuclear material for 9 atomic bombs. That's 9 Hiroshimas or Nagasaki's. That's devastating. And with the missiles that they have developed, they could very easily hit Europe, possibly even into England. It's even possible that they could reach the United States with those delivery systems. And obviously, that also means that it could affect the Saudi Arabia and Israel directly. This is troubling. And obviously, no one in the world wants Iran to have a nuclear weapon. We were close to a deal. I think what triggered it was when the Ayatollah earlier in the week said no to the deal that was being offered by the United States through Steve Witkoff. And when he said no, I think that triggered the Israelis to move forward with their plan that was not supported by the United States, because Donald Trump very clearly has said that we were close to a deal, that we might have been able to still make the deal. That's off the table now. What do we expect to see happen now? I think that the Houthis, I think Hezbollah, I think Hamas have all been beaten. They've all been beaten down, and either by Israel and or the United States in terms of the Houthis. They've used up most of their resources they had to commit long-term war. And so I don't think they're going to be effective as puppets for Iran. Iran has to take action directly. I think that the attack in Tehran was not only against those targeted individuals, as well as the leader of the IRGC, the terrorist faction of Iran's military, but also I think they were trying to target the Ayatollah directly. And that's why they hit Tehran. And I think that's going to have repercussions. Overall, this is a big issue. It's a big problem. No one is prepared for this. No one in the world is ready. Israel obviously thought this was the best thing for them, not necessarily any other nation. The United States is now thrust in the middle of it. Does this lead to war? To some extent, yes. We should prepare for that. There's going to be retaliation against the U.S. because Iran has already said they would, and they have to live up to their word. They have to save face. They have to attack Israel because they have to save face. But I think this is even more than that. The fact that I think they might have been trying to target the Ayatollah, no confirmation on that, this is my speculation. That means that this is now personal to the Ayatollah, and I think many of the mullahs are going to take it that way. And so they're going to be out for blood. There is going to be fighting, active fighting in the Middle East. You're going to see lines drawn. The United States is definitely going to be involved in this. I don't think you'll see the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas. I don't think they have the capability to be the front of that. So it's going to be Iran itself. And it does have a sizable military. It does have a lot of missiles. It does have drones. This could be a tough fight. We have some difficult days ahead of us. And this will be the ultimate test to see, is President Trump able to make the deals in the way that we hope he can? This will be a test on whether or not Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, do they really stand with the United States? And how far does that position really go? Let's stay on top of this, folks. There's a lot of breaking news. I'm going to be paying attention to this, but I did want to get back to my audience because I didn't get the information while I was on live, but I've taken some time to get information now. Yeah, this means war. Yeah, it does. All right, I'll talk to you more soon.